Hey guys, Dr. Castillo here again. Wanted to give you another tidbits on Spanish speaking in the chiropractic setting. Today's video is going to be on why Spanish patients are motivated to start care. I'm going to tell you a story today. This happened literally yesterday. I had a patient come in. This guy works in remodeling. He works in Minnesota, but he has family in another state nearby. So this is his main gig. This is typical setting. A patient comes in, he happened to be in a car accident. It's winter right now. And he's hurt. So this affects the job, and it affects the job, and he's kind of like his own deal. He's making the money for himself. He's not working for another company. So if you can imagine, kind of painting a picture, he comes in, said he was in a car accident. It wasn't his fault. Car accident was actually in like a different state, I want to say. But regardless, he's in my office and he's like, hey, I'm suffering from this and this and this. I need you to help me. And I'm like, great. So I went into my history, my exam, went into all those things. I found out that we could definitely help him, but it's going to take time because it was a pretty nasty rear ender, which causes a lot of ligament issues. It causes a lot of alignment issues. Can cause headaches, all that stuff. And we're just at the beginning, so who knows? But you can imagine, I understand that most people, when they kind of are presented with this scenario, at least from the patient standpoint, they know the insurance is supposed to pay for the care. So they're really not paying. They're responsible for the bills, but really the responsibility for paying for the care is going to be the car insurance. But what's interesting is even between my English speakers and my Spanish speakers is very interesting on like the different levels of motivation that I see. Because if you can imagine, this guy is providing for his family. He's a sole provider and his family's in another state, and he's, sending money over there. He doesn't really have any connections here in Minnesota because he's alone. Whereas typically with my English speakers, when they come in, they have, a spouse, they live with a family. They have probably friends or grandparents, cousins. They have a lot of support and a lot of connections in the area and resources. Whereas this guy only speaks Spanish. So right then and there, it makes it tough because if you don't speak English, and number two, if you don't understand kind of how the system works, it can be a little frightening. So really, it's interesting that really most of my day one is actually giving the patient hope and educating them on the system, or at least pointing them to the right resources so that they can utilize the resources that are provided to them that they didn't even know about. So this is one of the cool perks on working with Spanish speakers, because it allows you to it allows you to really pour into them and give them other resources, give them hope, help them understand the system, and ultimately get them on the road to recovery so that they can do what they want to do what they're destined to do. And this guy's pretty passionate about remodeling, and he's a really nice guy. So just wanted to give you that tidbit on something that I see on a daily, on a weekly, on a monthly basis, on the different motivations between patients, especially when it comes to car accidents in this case. So I'm going to sign off. Dr. Castillo here again, just teaching you tidbits about Spanish in the chiropractic setting, and on to the next one. Have an awesome day, guys.